Shut up.
Why didn't we do 13 sessions?
I just saw that right after, and now I'm mad. Like I did. And now I'm mad.
Pat, it could have been 13, but no.
We have to spend all of these streams.
I'm just gonna quickly adjust this since I've now switched.
No, Pat, no. I have an idea.
Yeah?
If a stream pattern, right? You say session 11, you should put session 11 in parentheses, actually 13.
Yeah.
To confuse everyone.
Alright. Well, alright. Well, it is time for... Well, Roxas, I've explained this quite a few times at this point, that the webcam is going to be for the series after 13 Sentinels, because I don't want the final part to just randomly have the webcam, like, for the final one. I want to keep it consistent, yeah.
Is that a person?
Yeah, but, anyway, so I made sure to get the, last, S rank, off-screen kind of deal. I also upgraded, the Sentinels a little bit more just to basically give them as much EP as possible. But, yeah, for tonight, we are wrapping up the last of, battles, since over here, we have finished every single character at this point, so... Only, headed into the final battle now, so, yeah.
We now understand the story, I think.
Kind of. Like, yeah. Also just want to make sure it's, stream running, good for everybody on your guys' end and stuff like that. I just want to make sure, but, we will head on in. So, alright. Karabe and Yakushi is...
I'll participate. I'm ready.
Alright, and then... Yeah.
I want to see how hard the final wave is on the hardest difficulty in this game.
Here goes.
And then...
I'll fight.
Yeah, alright, that should be good. Yeah,
by the way, if I sound stuffy, it's because I am. I currently have a stuffy nose.
Yeah,
I don't think it's allergy related though.
Again, just let me know, Chad, if stream looks good and stuff like that.
I can't even imagine where we'd be. Tetsuya Ida probably never realized Sentinel combat would get this rough. Even if we got another chance somehow, our chances of winning wouldn't be any better. Even the one they called 426 couldn't have predicted this.
He wasn't exactly a nice cat, but I trust him.
You're right. No turning back now. All we can do is see it through.
I'm sorry, but...
I'll never turn back!
Whoa, whoa, yeah!
Imagine Jiro just expressly talking about 426, and then Yakushiji was, he wasn't exactly a nice cat.
You fucking tried to bark!
Give up. I'm counting on you.
Alright, and then get another round of incenters up. And now the not as powerful ones can move forward now at this point, so...
Why, my pretties?
By the way, chat, ED and Sophie have affected me with the Amori disease. I am 13 hours into the game.
Wow, God, yeah, you latched on way faster than I did on that.
Well, he ended up doing 6 hours in one day.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, oh.
I mean, for right now, my focus game-wise is going to be all detected to Famicom Detective Club since that's out now.
Yes, visual novel.
I mean, I've been kind of looking to get into a new game, and ED gifted me Amori, and I had nothing to do on Sunday. So I'll just play Amori. 6 hours later.
Like that.
Yes, and last time we saw him play, he clearly met the best character of the game in his eyes.
Yeah. When I finally met when I saw the final form of said character, I just popped off. I just went, yo, let's go! So much so, they even made my Discord icon and my Twitter profile next to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
EMP.
Stay calm. Kabeep.
No, you know exactly what you're doing, Jiro.
What next?
It hasn't changed since day one.
Brenda, what do you call this an obsession? Like I said, I've just been looking for something new to play, and
Yeah.
ED just provided me.
Not
with
every time you
new
get into a
game.
new franchise, it's an obsession, guys. Like,
You know, the obsession comes as the aftermath.
yeah.
I can say for what I played so far, I am really enjoying it. I mean, I better. I put 13 hours into the game. 13 hours in, I hate Omori.
I mean, that's fighting games, so I'm just like, put in 100 hours into it, I hate it.
I don't like this guy. He has a knife.
I put it over 1,000. I put it over 1,000 Overwatch. You know what? I have like a love-hate relationship with that game.
Keep this thing moving. No way through this. Thank you.
By the way, Patrick, did you see Chun-Li in Battle for the Grid?
Yes.
Yo, Patrick, yo, she actually
someone's
looks
happy.
top tier. She looks so top tier in that game. Chun-Li coming in a Battle for the Grid. She's like, I'm about to bust.
I get to finally be top tier outside of Third Strike.
She looks so good.
Well, I think the only games like Chun-Li has been top tier have been like Third Strike, I think Alpha 2, and I think Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I think those are the only games like Chun-Li's been like consistently really good in.
No fight I can't win.
And she's like the main Street Fighter girl.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I mean that's kind of the same thing with Ryu. Ryu's usually not that great, like either kind of deal.
Well, the thing is, from my understanding, Ryu and Chun-Li, is like Street Fighter games. They're not bad characters. They're just both the characters that essentially is the beginning.
They're the base, you know, characters.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
base
other characters
characters.
have a lot more tools in their kit, you know.
The practice round's over.
What was the practice
Cool.
round? We're like in one of the last areas of the game.
Like how Mario's the base character for Smash Brothers, but as the ultimate, he's high tier.
Yeah.
As long as I can keep this thing moving, okay? Once we're done,
Because his kid is good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was real easy on that. Everything's on fire, but we're fine.
Yeah, but nobody lives here anymore, so.
Yeah, they all got teleported to the future apocalypse, so.
Shut the future!
Oh no, they can see!
Feels like it could all end at any second. So, Kisaragi, there's something I
Yes.
gotta tell you.
I'm
Yes.
listening.
Yes. Go on.
Oh, well, I like you.
now hold on.
What?
Seriously? Here? Now? You are such an ass! You have no idea how to do this!
You're right, he does it!
Hey, what are you talking about?
I mean, we're still in open comms. Everybody can hear you. Kinda awkward.
What? That's bad?
Die!
Bruh!
The movies? Ogata-kun? I thought
A fucking course, Jiro would.
Karabe, but that shit just makes me feel even worse.
Aww. But like, didn't he already confess like earlier, right before he got into Sentinel? Like, did he already do it? I
Technically, yes, but technically, yes, but I guess in his mind, it doesn't really count as a confession.
wait. So when you say I love you, that doesn't count. But when you say I like you, that's like a what?
Okay, we might die here. Let me just make sure. I need to make sure. I need her to say it, please.
Alright. Clear
Listen,
fin.
I can confess, but listen, I can tell you I love you to the moon and back. But if you don't reciprocate and tell me how you feel, then you know what? Then hopefully it's meaningless.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't have all of my sentries out to bat, but I can make that up with heavy rainfire from the 3rd gens.
How many terminals we got left? Looks like 4. Nothing for it. Outnumbered as we are, we have to cover them all. It's the only chance we have. At least until Miyuki Inaba reconnects with us. Let's do our country proud, Amiguchi. Show these fiends the courage of Japan.
I'll hold them back, no matter what.
You're an inspiration to us all, Yakisoba Angel.
Hijiyama-san, could you stop calling me that? Daimo signatures incoming. They're here.
Looks like duty calls, huh? Exactly. That's the true pride of the men of Japan. The will to stare death in the face and laugh.
Excuse me, but the ladies are kicking butt out here too.
Hey, works for me. Kill my kaiju too. Knock yourself out.
They're within reach.
and that right there, I think honestly next to Yuki-chan, I think that's actually my favorite line delivery from him.
I feel Shu has very good line deliveries.
She's got a lot of great lines.
Hey, knock yourself out. Go for
Hey, you want you? Hey, I don't have to be the one
Whoa,
throwing
this
out
big
interceptors
flies?
out there. Oh shit, this big
Like-
fly.
Wait, I think I said this earlier. I think a lot of the personal conversations that we get in this wave. I wish we would have. Well, in this act, I wish we would have like gotten some more in Act 2. Because Act 2 is still kind of. They still kind of are teaching you, like some stuff about the game. Because when you really think about it, none of these characters actually got to interact and work together as a team until this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. What is this? What level?
This is like mission 7, I think.
Okay, yeah. If you haven't finished it, it's still 7.
That'd be real good.
It sounds like it's interactions like these, like how would like Shu interact with Hijiyama and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I imagine they don't like too many characters interact often because otherwise a lot of scenes would repeat in the story. I feel like that's the reason they have that the way it is.
It's just
Otherwise, we're just a Sonic Adventure issue.
Neptune.
Let's turn this around.
There's a lot of relationships in this game that I wish were delved it more into.
Missile rain.
Happens when there's 13 protagonists.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
not 13 streams.
No. What I'm saying is like, as far as like in the story side of it, I completely understand why they don't have everybody and tap everybody because if the game is already big, the story's already big enough. We don't need to add it. We need to put more work on it as it is. No, I would just say I wish we would have gotten more dialogue like in Act. I wish we would have got more dialogue.
In like the
in
battle
Act 3,
where they
actually.
weren't focusing so much on the tutorial stuff that early. That late. Rather. Yeah.
Tutorials. Yeah. It's mainly way through where you actually get like legitimate interactions. Anyways. Because at this point, everyone's just kind of buying time. So they can
Yeah.
actually talk.
This is all pretty freaky.
just think about the like that scene in Tomy story. Like, wait, how many of us knows about the big plot, boys?
Where are they? They don't stand a chance.
Like going to just ask, do any of you even know what's going on? It's like, do you?
No,
truly-
we haven't.
I
do you
already
guys
had all this
truly
from the
understand
beginning.
big picture?
Actually, let me think about it.
How many of you actually know that this is not the future?
Let's not to know Yuki Miura knows about the 2188. I think Takatoshi and Okino does. I don't.
How many know
Jiro
about
and
the actual
Megami
section?
doesn't.
Hijiyama just tried to say, did you guys know that they were all inside pods?
Excuse me, what?
Like, I know the reason why we're naked inside the robot.
Actually, Yori doesn't even know time travel doesn't exist anymore.
I feel like Yori knows the least.
Yeah.
Hold on, Big Me tried to kill me? What?
Here we go.
Like,
shoot.
Yori clearly knows the most. Iori knows the least, I feel like, out of everybody.
Yeah.
When Ryoko, the one that lost the majority of her memory, knows
Oh,
more
memory
than
issues knows
Yori.
more. The one with memory issues knows more.
Look, I lost my. She lost her memory, but she's a quick learner.
Here goes.
Slam dunk.
Next move.
I just think it's kind of funny how Hijiyama is the only one with a very specific knowledge of rolling pods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might need to redo this one with an all-interceptor Sentry Demolisher team to actually get to the 30 seconds after.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
just
think I'm
saying, for
taking
like
too long.
wave 10, you're not getting that S rank. You're not getting it first time. No.
Take that now.
Wait, no, Mystery Man, I'm just saying, I just think it's funny how Hijiyama specifically is the one that has that knowledge. No one else has that knowledge. Like, out of all the characters to know that, Hijiyama's the one that knows it.
Yep.
Hey, you won.
Aegis
Yeah,
activated.
but I think about it.
Too compromised to keep fighting.
Wait, hang on after this.
Barely had a moment to breathe. The girls may be pushing their limits.
I'm still okay. I can keep fighting.
There are 3 terminals remaining. We can protect 2 of them with Aegis, but we're on our own with the last terminal. How much longer do we need to hold out? We need to reestablish a connection with Miyuki Inaba. That's still 10 hours off. 10 hours we don't have. But her plan is our last hope. Then we fight to the last, until we have nothing left.
The kaiju are heading for the next terminal.
Brace yourself, Keitaro. We are soldiers, and this is the moment we train for. Hours, days, it doesn't matter. We'll hold the line.
You repeated that voice line like multiple times already during this final part.
Can you tell that I love my country?
Yeah, please, it is my character trait besides Yakisoba Pod.
Did more than Iori.
Oh, okay, I already got it. Okay.
Did you get your S rank?
Yeah. See the
Alright.
next- Alright, maximum of 4 members. Okay, so...
Let's go.
Yep. There. Okay.
Seems fine. Yeah, you got the 2 most. You got the 2 best ones.
Yep.
Well, 3.
Alright, wave 9.
I mean, 2 best types.
Yeah.
For generations.
Oh, okay, that was your man.
Another high quality.
Yes, that is indeed what I meant.
New model at that.
If I could just hit it from a blind spot while it's charging its plasma cannon.
You can with
I need to
interceptors.
pilot perfectly to get in close. Even if it means I might not come back.
Or you could just use the interceptors.
Don't talk like that, Megumi. This isn't like you. But I'm the one who got everyone into this mess.
I figured you were just some prissy little nerd whining about your problems. But you're a real badass. More than these guys, anyway. You're okay in my book. Come on, follow my lead.
Stick to the plan. Stay in formation.
Alright.
Okay.
Gerald's really good for the last battle. Well, if he's made Pro Tycoon, I hope he would be.
Like he has sentry guns.
Backup deployed.
Did use Jill for the last battle, but again, so yeah, 4th century guns.
Yeah, for sentry guns.
You mean like every other battle in this game?
Yeah. This is how we always win.
Hold the line, everyone. And by everyone, I mean the sentries.
Why did these kids have to be the one to fight? Anyone can put sentry guns and call it a day.
Okay, let's do this. Clean him up.
Stay on guard. Backup deployed.
Well, if you max out on sentry space, you are good for the rest of the battle.
Yeah, if you max them out, then they're just gonna do everything then.
Just gotta test and put the do a sentry gun run
Don't
on
be
one of the
maxed out on
hardest
sentries.
battles.
That's like, oh shit, I won.
Yes, all my sentry guns now out of the field, and now for my gravity missile. Aren't you glad I told you to use a gravity missile? It's really helpful. Just put them all in one spot.
I did.
Heck yeah.
EMP that.
Get them all away. Does it get rid of the missiles?
Yeah, I think so. If not, the interceptors will take care of them.
That's true. Oh, you're about to get blasted.
Anyway, they just started blasting.
No, more interceptors. What do you mean?
Once you find it. What now?
Use something besides sentries.
Yeah.
Still not used to this thing.
Hero, I did it! I did something that wasn't a sentry! Yes!
Finally, some good food.
Only some good fucking food.
Finally, a good win.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
We don't have the virus. We wore our masks.
By the way, did you guys see that Gibby is trending on Twitter?
Yeah.
She was in the cat's photo. People like, where's Gibby?
I hope the new Arcade show should hopefully be at least entertaining.
What new show?
The Arcade revival. Actually, the best thing aside from no Giggy people mentioning how Spencer hasn't aged a day.
Oh, the new Icon show? Yeah, he was an actual adult.
Yeah.
Yo, what the
He
fuck
was,
is
he was
Gibby?
already adult by the time the show was. By the time the show was.
Yeah.
was.
What I want to know, where the fuck is Gibby?
That was Gibby with Sam.
Oh my. The important thing, look at Freddy's stash. He's rocking that
Yeah,
stash.
Freddy got a mustache. We went, yo, Freddy, look at that facial hair, my guy. By the way, ED, I see you also watched the new Devil Artemis video with the penguin.
With Madagascar.
Oh, that's where I'm seeing that in my recommendations. I haven't sat down and watched it yet.
Wonky analysis. Well, fuck, sir.
Kowalski also slaps a laughing cell in the face. It's just.
We were sort of dominant.
We were sort of dominant, say.
It's like my Uncle Kagi once said, with
Oh my god.
big booty bitches.
Like my favorite Devil Artemis line.
Okay, going on your card, like, okay, who installed a soundboard?
That was. Yo, you know what? Shu absolutely installed a soundboard in his Sentinel.
I may have asked Miyuki Inaba to make some
Adjustments.
You.
Yuki.
Just the
Yuki-chan's but it's a backwards long jump.
Long jumping at that point.
And then Jalen just goes, I've been Greg giving him that soundboard.
What Alfred said, with big power comes big power. Alright.
Yuki.
Hang on, now I actually need to go back and watch that Devil Artemis video. The penguins, man! I just Kowalski slapping him in the face. This got me so hard.
What's optimal is winning when you say that, though.
It's such a stupid. I like how the original, it just ended with just getting blasted. Just like utterly destroyed.
It's just Kowalski jumping on Cell's shoulder.
Alright.
Hey, quiet down.
Breathe.
Satellites to their relay positions. We should be connected soon. However,
It's looping back around to the end of
We established the
Gunta's.
connection, we dropped the satellite.
Drop the cell tower.
We literally dropped the satellite so that way she's back in, so we can talk to her again.
And so Goto becomes the MVP by literally begging to a child.
Need to do a little better on that one when we head back to it. Alright.
Which wave is this?
Okay, final wave of Area 3. So,
Okay, this is the hardest one in the game then.
oh
Even
boy.
without being a sentinel being
There
mobile.
is a quick strategy though. There is a quick strategy. It involves the Gen 1s. I think there are at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying interceptors are actually going to be not that great in this battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then probably one for shields.
Yeah, some for shields.
Actually, who has better shield? Yeah, okay, so she does. Alright, so yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, sounds about it.
Is this a long battle or is that the next one?
If the next one's a long battle.
Okay.
I assume if this is the boss, then... Like, I assume it's the boss right now.
Something's off.
Ground vibrations detected. I'll send the drones to check it out.
Go about Pikmin.
Dymo signatures approaching.
Yeah, but it's the boss.
Preparing to intercept. Initiating tactical analysis.
What is that? I can't even see the top of it. It's gigantic. Guess this is another of their upgrades. Is it related to those four-legged ones? But it's massive.
300 meters in height. It's the largest Dymos we've seen.
We've gotten too strong. They're trying to restore the balance.
Juro's right. This is the system's countermeasure against you, to level the playing field.
Wasn't this system supposed to give us an advantage? It's set to a level that makes sure they can compete with us, at least.
It could go either way. What actually happens is all up to you.
Guess they're throwing all they can at us.
All we have to do is take them down, right? I'm on it.
Hijiyama-kun, just remember, the mission is to protect the terminal.
Alright.
Goddamn gameplay difficulty.
Consider the fact that they can't see the top of that thing.
What now?
It's tough.
This is all pretty
They're like,
First, it just looks like another big yellow thing.
Hey, Universal Control,
Okay.
turn the game console off.
Alright, actual advice. For your Gen 1s, you're going to want one of them going left and the other going right.
Alright, well, first I want to get them all just into one quick area so I can, get them all shielded up first.
Yeah, because, like, in a bit, there's going to be, like, 2, like, giant shield enemies spawning left and right that you gotta take out first.
Oh no, yeah, shield matrix, alright. Shield everybody up.
thanks. What do I do?
It's battles like these that like
Send them, like, to, like, the back. No, send them to the back, like, out the back.
Like this
Otherwise,
back?
they're gonna... No, like, no, further back. I mean, further, like, out on the rim. Yeah, like, through there. Like, so they don't get interrupted.
Okay.
Right? There, sounds good. Then... Just so that they don't have to, like, make any stops. A bit back. A little bit back. No, not that close, not that close. Right there. It's good.
Alright.
So, what's my next move? Enemy threat range.
Do it!
What do I do? Focus. Lend us a hand.
Can't mess this up.
Warning. Dymos.
Ah,
Here's where they
boy.
go.
Universal control processing is at 95%. It's almost there. Keep the giant Dymos in check and protect the terminal. We must survive. I'm counting on you.
Get a few interceptors going.
How's the sentinel?
a hero acted like they saved the world and everything. they conquer the big bad. Do you ever think that just some days they wake up and just go, how did I do that?
Giant fuck, that's how you did it. Yeah, I think these guys take about like 2 Demolisher Blades to kill.
Like the hero takes down Satan, and he just some days he wake up and just goes, guys, yeah, how do we beat Satan?
Satan's a bitch. Just stab him once, he dies.
Just like legit, how did we do that?
Goto. Well, I asked the baby to drop a satellite.
We must survive. Defensive mode active.
I think keep the sentry guns closer, because
Okay.
otherwise they're gonna get destroyed easy. Also, like the reason, what's it called? Interceptors aren't that great because the boss has its own flare torpedoes, like all over the map. So they're just gonna get destroyed immediately.
Okay, whose car alarm is that?
I can hear Carl. Oh, you meant the charge thing?
No, the legit car alarm outside my apartment.
I thought you were making fun of the sound design or something.
Sure, just...
The boyfriend parking his car.
No, they just shoot through the road and they accidentally activate the car alarm. Whoops.
I accidentally activated a car alarm at work the other someone's car the other day because I was just pulling in carts outside, and one of the carts I lightly tapped the car and the car alarm went off. And I went, oops.
You didn't see anything.
And now I think with both of them, start moving again to do Demolisher Blades on the boss, and this is where, how many specials, did you use any specials yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, use them all on shields.
Alright.
You're gonna war with attrition, this fucker. Like, get him close. Like, start, and then, close enough to start doing Demolisher Blades.
Alright.
I'm gonna spam that.
And then
Yeah.
also get him, then get him over there, yeah. The other way. No, you're going the wrong way. The road. That's the only path forward to the thing.
And straight to the boss?
Yeah, that's the Yeah. Go straight to the boss.
Number 13 must win. Initiating shield. Oh, thanks.
Okay, what now?
Does you already have the shield generator on
I recommend saving your Demolisher Blades for the boss specifically.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Right? Lend us a hand.
No room for hesitation.
Just taste.
Rest deck.
Take this. How was that? Nothing special. I'll try. Like any other punk, I'll try.
Oh, I hate that, by the way. The boss has its own, what's it called? What's the name of the range, the thing the Gen 3s have that, like, stun the enemies?
Oh, EMP?
Yeah, it has its own, and all it does is just fuck with your controls like that, and I hate it. It's more annoying than anything. It gets in the way of your turn.
There's still hope. I need to think things through.
Cool.
I think...
Don't let up.
Oh yeah, then now you can start doing Demolisher Blades on it. If you see that they start, I think now would be a good time to activate your shields. Since you have, how many do you have? You have 4. Activate your barriers now.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate it's so. I don't understand why that's a thing. I thought the game was honestly a glitch. You got me when that happens.
Lend us a hand. This is all pretty freaky. This is
Oh my gosh, stop.
Yeah, I know it sucks. I don't. Why is
Stop.
that a thing?
Okay.
being a thing.
What?
I don't remember, the boss have a EMP thing. I don't remember that being a thing.
I don't know if that was. I
Maybe
don't know
it's
if that's
just
specifically what
it
is.
might be a
It's
higher
like-
difficulty thing, maybe?
It's something
Oh
that
my
stuns
god.
you. Yeah, it sucks. It's like it takes
It's
you out of the game
it's
for no reason.
needlessly it's just like, okay. Because I can
It's
just
not
go
even
right
hard,
back
it's
in.
just like,
so,
why would
like-
you do that?
It could just be a thing on hard mode, and I don't remember this being a thing on normal mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be like a hard mode exclusive thing.
No,
But
I saw him
it's
do
so
that
needless.
on
It's not even like it
Oh
doesn't
wait, no,
make
he
it.
did that on normal? Alright, then I guess it just didn't bother me then.
Because I just know those it takes you out of doing your turn, and like it's
Stop.
like that. And it's like, stop doing that.
Cause like I could just
No,
hit
you-
right to go right back into it, so it's like it's not like it's stopping my
there's no
turn.
actual challenge to it. I think my activate another barrier. After you do that.
How's that? Thanks.
What do I do?
Gotta move a little bit more forward.
You might be able to finish it right now. I think you yeah, I think you won. Maybe.
Don't waste any. What's the plan?
You gonna try and go with that S-rank?
No room for hesitation. Sentinel, don't let up.
My gosh. Fucking.
No, I think it does it every time new enemies come in. I think that might be what's happening.
Hmm.
It could be.
How was
The
that?
enemy.
This is all pretty freaky. Was that okay? They felt that I
I
was
think once you can get a physical attack, it's GG's.
Fucking.
Yeah, stop doing it.
Ah!
Yeah, you won. Yeah, you
Thanks.
won. Now you won.
Easy peasy.
You can use things if you want to attack enemies to get a higher score.
Got it.
Nice.
No room for hesitation. Don't let up. Did that do it? Nothing special.
There we go. You won.
Yo.
Easy peasy.
Aegis will activate for this terminal soon. Just one left.
Inaba-san, what's happening? Is everything still running? The processing is complete. It looks like it worked. The mainframe is responding.
Really? You mean we actually won?
I'm sorry, but it's not over yet.
Did we win?
Yes. Alright.
Victory on screen.
Eh.
Whoosh.
That's right. First try, baby.
Nice.
Can you actually wait, before you go on?
Yeah, I want to see. Can we clear out?
Yeah, I think you now have
I
enough.
think I should. I think that's enough to clear everything out.
13 points.
Yeah, it's
There we
the,
go.
It's the magic number. Cheek scar. Black wallet. Cryptic note. Brown envelope. Mommy's notebook. Scar got it. Yes. Still analyzing.
Up.
And the rental
Yep.
agreement. Boom.
Yeah. there you
Every
go.
last thing in Mystery Files is done.
Yo.
and,
And we're
a,
still
and, a,
at
ver- and a
18%.
very nice percent. 97% for.
One more mission, basically.
Oh, this is last mission?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then let's head back. Actually, I want to get this to
Oh,
be.
you're getting-
I want to get that to be an S before we head in, so we can just clean sweep through that. Plus,
Okay.
we're still in the first hour at this point, so you know.
We can kill time.
All right. Okay, so 4 I can bring in, and I think get
I'm ready.
1 Demolisher Blade, Eddie, and then
I'll fight.
yeah, that's what. Actually,
I'm on
get
it.
I want 2 Demolisher Blade people in there. Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. True, I don't have to do the bonus objective because I already got that point, so I can put in 6
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, you can just do whatever now to
so
clear.
just
That's
do whatever
what-
you want.
Just get whatever you get the highest score.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll head back to mission 1 just to get our reset, and then we'll head into the final battle.
And now that
Yeah.
you have unlocked everything, all the mission points that you would get will now just be transferred over to chips.
Alright.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't try to do the same thing you always do. This is how we play video games.
Video games, son.
They suck.
AD, I decided to do an experiment today on the exercise bike.
What'd you
I
do?
was like, I
Go
wanted to
backwards?
change. I wanted to change things up a little bit. Just like, you know, I've been using Monster Hunter to be on the exercise bike for like now with like over a month now. Let's change it up a bit. And I just thought, can I play rhythm games while I'm on the bike? And I found that yes, but the harder I concentrate, the harder I pedal.
Oh shit.
Like at one point when I was done with 13 with like the 13th struggle song, I looked down at my watch and my heartbeat was a 170.
Oh my god.
Listen, man, it was like, man, I was going.
Damn.
Listen, the struggle was real.
The struggle was Peel.
Struggle is peels.
Nana.
Banana.
So the 13 Sentinels fought Organization 13. Who will win?
Probably 13 Sentinels,
Oh,
honestly. Dude, I'm sorry, dude, does Organization 13 have sentries and interceptors?
We got sentry guns to be
I don't
honest.
think they do!
Yeah, but Zipness literally wields the power of nothing.
Exactly, so that's
So he loses.
What's nothing to a sentry gun?
He's right though.
What's a god to this gun?
Hold on, I'm sorry. What? What's a god to this?
Nap.
Giving me a soundboard was dangerous technology.
Now you know how Ace feels.
Soundboards are powerful but dangerous creatures.
I mean, if it's your stream.
Yeah, so I can do whatever I want. Gotta get a good angle on this. Alright.
My head, stop it, get out, leave. I didn't ask you to be there.
What?
We got a #1 victory royale.
It's like Jason just got corrupted right then and there. Like
Do you think one of them is humming it in their sentinel? I just imagine shoot just like.
Send out the sentry gun. Start playing that shit run button.
Like, it literally just popped into my head for
So
no
it-
reason.
So, like it
or
just
something.
it just blares out. Toby just like, wow, hate to break it to you, but that's super cringe. Honestly.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, for one night we found to get down, get kill.
It's like I just imagine like Jason like a shadow sneaking up on Jason, going into his brain, and just he's like, no, get out, stop,
Get some help.
and then he gets possessed.
I mean, I asked you for help to get me out of the happy feet hole, and you stick to the bottom.
Okay, what is with the
Yeah,
happy
I-
feet hole you were going down to today?
I was
Nostalgia.
I was nostalgia.
You were nostalgia. Okay.
Yeah, nostalgia. I was getting. I was
Nostalgic.
Yeah, I was feeling nostalgic for Happy Feet.
The practice round's over.
What is
I
that?
thought that Hugh Jackman played the father of that movie.
I think that's the right
I mean-
hashtag for tonight. I was nostalgia.
I was nostalgia. Ah,
What
yes.
happy people
The,
specifically? Was that important
I-
part of childhood?
yes, the 1940s nostalgia.
Yeah, that went a lot better with demolition blades on that.
So,
Yeah.
remember the part of Happy Feet where Bubble would just say, "Little one victory royale." Yeah.
So I started thinking that song at the end. There you go. Wasn't there a scene where like they got attacked by like a giant ass like whale shark or something?
I think that might have
think-
been Surf's Up.
No, I think that's a scene like that in Happy Feet.
Scene in Happy Feet 1 where Mumbo actually did get attacked by like another like a sea creature, but I forget what the sea creature was.
Alright, Supreme Defender! Yeah!
You did it.
Alright, so just get
We have to fight.
I remember being very visually impressed with Happy Feet when I saw it.
Well, it was impressive for the time, so.
That movie also had like a big influence on like my musical choices.
That explains a lot of things.
What do you mean? Like that movie was filled with old school music. I love that. I love those
Yeah.
tracks.
Not the meme.
I should ask that. Does the final battle rank you, or is it just beat it?
I think it ranks
It
you.
ranks you, but like you won't see it until you open up the game again.
So
They don't tell you.
okay.
Yeah, it's like after you go
So we
back
might
to
need to
the
do
menu
it twice, just in case. I don't know
Oh my
yet.
fucking god.
Well, you don't need to get the S rank for it. At
No,
that-
it's
at
like,
that
you
point,
don't have to,
at
you
that- by
want
that
to.
point, you're getting the S rank because you just want an S rank.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not
Exactly.
like we're doing much else tonight. Like,
You can talk about your thoughts of the game while you're doing
while I am getting that S, yeah.
I'll be just drawing.
I'm editing a video right now. Let's see if I can actually upload it.
I really want to talk about Amori, but I can't.
Bitch!
Damn. Now you know our pain.
Not so subtly, wink, wink, nudge, nudging me.
Because one specific thing that I encountered yesterday in that game. It made me lose my mind.
Put it in
Dude,
okay.
I don't know. It's on your profile.
ED is my
Picture or
profile
something.
picture.
Fair enough. Also, fuck Dark Guy. I don't know where that came from, but alright. Oh yeah. Oh, is that how
Okay.
it works? Is that how it works with that guy? You only see you don't see your rank afterwards as well.
Yeah. I think in the HD version, because, in the Wii version, you got the rank right away.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the Wii version. You got to see your rank.
What to do?
Don't number one victory royale.
Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down. Get killed on the board right now.
Right now, just piping out Tomato Town.
My friends
I
got
pressed
down.
it down. I arrived
David.
in.
I'm heading southbound.
Oh, now we're
Guys.
getting too hard.
Please stop, you guys are out of sync!
You're 2 months late.
The movie's over.
We're not-
Go home.
Go home.
Alright.
Let's go. Let's
Alright,
save humanity.
So let us max out on our final people as much as we can. So that is maxed out. Sentry gun is maxed out. Yeah, because the
And
regular.
what
I
was
think
that
it's. I think it's mostly this stuff that I need. Or the.
I still don't know why they have this thing so hard to find.
Hey,
Boom. 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 Then. Gun. Oh my god, it goes past 10? Holy shit! And then for you guys, attack. Alright. So, get our sentries in. Get, Onaga in there. Then, I think this is the team.
Rip the Jet 3.
Yeah,
These are the winning team.
this is the team, so...
Patrick, as Patrick, I see you also copied my team.
It's the same team? Really?
We're up against
It's the same team.
This was my
He knew the
team.
stretch. I told him to stretch.
know about universal control. Well, it manages the world, right? Keeps things running smooth, keeps us thinking we're from our own eras. So why would it let some crazy disaster like this go
I
unchecked?
hate Fortnite.
You're saying it's not working? Universal control is still operating. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be getting headlines of this happening around the world.
So, the system doesn't think this is unusual? That's right. Because it's checking it against the decode inside you. It convinces the system that's a normal process. That's when the Deimos appear. Universal control has no idea it's under attack.
The mainframe gets taken over before it can even register anything. It forces a manual system reset.
If it was aware of any of this, it'd never let this situation even happen.
It still hasn't picked up on the problem? This whole giant robot apocalypse thing is kinda hard to miss.
The Aegis severs the link. It can't detect any of this.
Cutting off its connection to its nerves. Like a doctor's anesthetic before the knife.
It's numb to the intrusion. And that's why we have to wake it up and show it the threat. We have to make the system understand. This is not normal. It's a state of emergency. So how do we do that? I can broadcast the terminal link signal from the command ship I'm on. By routing the signal through here, I can reconnect the link severed by the Aegis. That should make Universal Control finally realize what's going on. So this was your big fallback plan? Yes. It's the only option we have left. And that'll fix all of this? We won't have to fight anymore? Not yet. You've still got 5 minutes and 44 seconds until the mainframe is ready.
We talking freezer
The
minutes,
final
or...?
battle is taken over before then. When the world gets reset, you'll all vanish along with it. This is the moment of truth. The final battle. Please, protect us all.
Alright.
Final
Yeah, we
mission.
did see on this
Survive.
You know what? I'm with JC on this one. Let's end Crisis Citizen. We want to flame core.
One sentry gun!
I've gotta do this.
2 sentry gun! And because Ryoko cheats, 4 sentry gun! Then get
I'm
interceptors.
happy that I told you about that. That Ryoko can have 2 on the field.
Then 1 interceptor.
Let's do this.
2 interceptor. And then Onaga, start just infiltrated from the back over
And
here.
finally, demolish your boy.
But yeah, we're essentially waiting for the Vocaloid to boot up the computer and say, "Hey, we have a bug report. Please shut it down."
Yeah.
Still not used to this thing.
He just has a counter a critical error. It needs to shut down.
Focus.
Oh god, I can already see that frame rate diving already.
Okay.
Yeah, we are, so essentially we are Mitchells and we're fighting the machines.
I understood that reference.
You better, you watched the movie.
Also,
Are we in the battle? What the fuck is happening?
also the tunes are about to drop in a bit.
Alright.
A few minutes. Let's go on this battle.
Making more sentries.
You know, win the exact same way you've been winning all the fights.
Da, 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 da,
Just a bunch of this shit. Oh, you know it's good.
There we go!
Yep. It's just one big endurance test.
Still not used to this thing.
More sentries!
We can do this. How do
I'll try. What the?
Ah!
What now?
Yeah.
Out of my
Close,
way!
he's too far.
Oh my gosh, you recovered so fast now!
Yeah.
I don't get him all the way over there to do with those boys.
More sentries!
Oh,
Oh, the sentries!
more!
More! More!
It's the guy looking back.
More!
More!
the last adjustments are going smoothly? Just hold out a
Ah, we're fine.
Oh,
We got this. We got this. So we're fine.
Oh.
What's optimal? Look in front of you. This is very much optimal.
This is the optimal.
This is the
play.
peak of optimal.
Is Tyler on the call?
Oh.
No.
He hasn't been on the call since the first.
Yeah,
since the first-
Tyler's also in the big process of moving right now, so yeah.
Alright, makes sense. Oh,
Local
shit.
man deserves to. Yeah.
Local man has dog.
His dog is
Coco,
very
it's a
cute,
big dog.
Coco. I
The most adorable thing
Like,
in the
I-
universe.
I think you're only getting that thing.
once like I get my second shot, I'm fully vaccinated. Tyler and I just can't wait to actually like meet up again, like a social distance meet up kind of deal. Cause God, it's been too long. Cause I think the last time I saw Tyler was like literally a day or two before we went into lockdown. So
I was like sometime at work. Oh shit, the sentry gun! It's about to get lasered!
Yo!
we have optimal.
Oh, it's about to get blasted!
CDC says fully vaccinated people don't have to wear masks indoors anymore. How about I do anyway?
We all wear masks in our hearts.
Cool story, bro. Anyway.
I'm just bullying this one now.
And I just finished something that I'm gonna share later. Yeah.
Sentry.
My mom
Yo!
said that her response was, "Don't believe the hype is too soon."
Discharge.
Okay, let's do this. No,
What do I do? Number 10, they don't stand a chance.
What do I do?
Okay, maybe EMP.
Some NP.
Oh god! Oh! Oh!
Oh.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, patches. They throw everything at you.
It worked. Took him down. Not me, you.
You ought to be used to fights by now. No point in
Gravity missile.
What do I do?
It got me.
Yes. Are we getting their numbers?
Can't mess this up.
Okay, fusion cutter? Yeah, okay.
Please, can't please. Damn it.
That's it. I did it. They're like any other punks. No point in making X move.
Have you not used any of your specials yet?
I only used one EMP, so far.
Take the ball.
Brandon, more like a light show.
Yeah.
let's do this.
This is the
Look at
best
all those
fireworks
particle
show.
effects.
It's the best fireworks show ever.
You.
The PS4 frame rate hates
Nothing on
it.
us.
Like, all my OPs hate the PS4 frame rate.
Dang.
Dang, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
Gotta think.
Get over there.
I can't even tell what's happening anymore.
I can't. Yeah, I can barely even tell.
I'm
We're
almost
fine. We're fine.
We're fine, listen.
I don't know about the frame rate, but we're fine.
The frame rate's dying.
Oh my god, look how slow it's going. Holy shit. Yeah, can this game get on a PC just for the sole fact that it might actually stand a chance frame rate wise?
Yo, this
I
should
mean, you
this
play
game
on the
quick.
PlayStation 5, it's fine.
Yo, I can't wait for the Switch port of this game.
Oh god, the Switch just starts smoking.
Oh god, it catches on fire.
That didn't go as well as I hoped.
Number 13 within enemy threat range.
Oh my god.
Oh, cielos!
It can barely function.
Too powerful.
One of my favorite things to do is just like skip everybody's turn and just watch the lasers go.
Yeah. You won't just do nothing for 10 seconds and watch everything play out.
Is that a challenge?
You,
I mean,
you
that's
said
what I
that.
did, and it
You
worked
said
out
that you said that like Joseph in JoJo Part 2. It's just like, see, you're going to say blah 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 blah. That they say it.
What do I do?
You know. Okay. No, actually, you have a different command now, Yori. Blade him.
Wait, really?
Oh my god, I can do something! Ah!
I did it! We did it.
We did it. Yay, Lois Simos.
Hicimos.
By the way, as far as entertainment goes this year, I've just been winning left and right. Yo, I got Monster Hunter Rise,
Not
the Greatest
too much,
Attorney,
but I'm winning.
the Greatest Attorney.
Not to brag, but I'm winning.
Like, I got a Gen 4 remake and Greatest Attorney this year, and I'm finally getting the Kobe fucking community adaptation in October.
When did this come from? Just like, I'm winning.
Yo, that's what it feels like. I feel like this year in the entertainment world, I've been winning non-stop.
I keep
Well,
winning.
at the very least, it's been, spring has been redeeming itself for me.
No fight I can't win.
I beat the kaiju! Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
I'm getting absolute W's.
Is this what a
Damn.
W's like?
Me, who went your at a funeral? Guys, I'm keep winning this year. Can I just talk about that?
We all had like a year like that when the entertainment industry, everything just lined up and you got everything you wanted.
That was 2017 for like the video games in general.
Do 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 do.
Oh god. Yeah, really? No,
you
it
guys-
hasn't been the fight itself, it's more the frame rate that's been the real
This is a battle for
struggle.
the frame rate. This is the battle for the game.
The battle, like,
Patrick, do nothing for 10 seconds.
Do another for 10
Oh
seconds.
no!
I
You're gonna make it kill.
I want to
You're
see
gonna
what
murder it.
happens.
okay, okay.
I do these interceptors.
Alright. Well, I'll move her into the center. That's all I'll do. Whoa. Oh my god.
And then send everybody else to guard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, hold on.
Oh. See, that's what happens when I don't multitask.
Ow!
No, let her die, you won't.
If we get an A, I blame you.
If we get an A, I blame Iori. Like,
Oh, you're in the final. You can just use a heal, assuming
Yeah.
you still have one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically Iori caused all this, so.
Did you use the
Yeah.
heal? No, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. You can't move away.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's the main theme.
Yeah, your coin. Wait, that is another. Oh, I just was. You're in front of another sentinel. Yeah, you weren't getting away. Oh shit, you're out of those. I think the only concern.
I swear, if we just lost this because you... I blame you on that one, ED!
Yo!
Oh my god, ED.
I just think this is the loss of God, if you ask me.
ED.
Hang on, I need to clip this for evidence.
No, this is gonna be funny. What are you talking about? She's dead. She's
This
about
is
to-
all on
Use a shield,
you!
use a shield on. No wait, no wait.
I
No,
can't,
no,
dude!
No, Yuki. No,
Oh,
use
don't you
Yuki.
see?
Use
I
shield
just
matrix.
want flex.
Yeah, switch to Yuki. Use a shield matrix. What are you doing? No, not interceptors. Shield matrix on Yuri.
There's not a heal.
But just you gotta shield her. Just she's gonna die right now. Then have her start running.
It's like
Now can't move against Yori.
Man, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is amazing.
this is all on you, ED, for this one. My God.
I'm just saying, if I had the controller right now, I know how to get out of this situation.
It's a bad content.
Yes, gotta do it for the content.
Fucking gal.
Do it for the mind.
Come on, Patrick, aren't you a content creator?
That was not on me.
Okay, who keeps spouting out commands?
You'd like to see
And
me
hopefully
yourself?
won't get brain dead like Izumi.
Oh my god, you are helpful. I think no, you're about to get by a missile. Don't repair. Just move, leap attack, or run.
Yeah,
I don't know.
actually, let me leap attack. That'll give me more distance.
Then with Yuki doing a shield matrix.
Damn it!
I think start getting out those.
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did leap attack right into the path of a missile.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, what's her name? I forgot her
I
name.
would have been fine.
Oh, name. I think switch to Godo, so use Godo. Use Godo right now.
I would have been fine. I would have been fine, ED.
You don't have a shield for this guy?
It's almost like I put him at pure offense or something.
Damn, that's crazy. Imagine if someone got hurt though.
Yo, the
Well,
great
we
thing about this
weren't
game is
when we
the
actually
great
were
thing about this
playing.
game is I was someone that threw the idea out there, but he needs to get in the blame for it.
Damn.
Listen, I'll blame it on the
Yeah.
youth always, Jason. You always blame
Yeah,
it on the youth.
but you stopped talking about it, you know. Good.
And you always want to die in like 3 seconds.
Alright, you
That's
did
it. Okay.
Oh, you won.
Oh. There he goes.
That's how you win at video games. I don't know why you're so worried.
I can't wait to see that B rank.
What happened? I don't see anything. Where is everyone?
Right here.
I can't tell what's going on outside. How about you?
Same here. My Sentinel's not responding.
I can't even get out of mine. Still stuck in this damn cockpit.
Relax, everyone.
Tsukasa Okino? You're alive?
And not just me. Tamao-san's safe too, even if she's still out cold.
Tamao-san's alright? Really?
I know you've all been assuming these are the Sentinel cockpits, but they're not. They've always been something else entirely.
Then, where are we?
If my communications are reaching you, that means you're now outside Universal Control.
You're saying we're out of that virtual city space? Does that mean this is the real world? Real world? What are you talking about? The 5 sectors you know? They're artificial worlds. We've been living in a virtual reality.
Wasn't he told that though?
That wasn't real. We were born within the simulation.
I think it's the time travel thing he knows. Not the virtual thing.
Hmm.
And now, we're finally awake. We're back in reality.
Wait, Jiro-kun. Aren't we supposed to be on a different planet now? That was like the whole point of interstellar development, wasn't it?
Minami's right. This is a whole different planet. And I think we're in one of the 5 sectors. Almost, Tomikuchi-kun. This isn't Earth. But I don't think it's a residential district at ground level. I think it's a pod facility, where we've all been sleeping. So, does that mean everything up until now was just one big illusion?
Even if that's true, what we lived was real. What we felt was real. This was Fluffy's plan all along. Or, well, Jiro Izumi's plan. The one he brought from the ruined world. It was your only chance. No other escape plan had any possibility of survival. By reconnecting the terminal link, the mainframe detects abnormal conditions. It then initiates the emergency escape procedure. That's what he found out.
So that was 426's plan.
But there was one more issue that prevented escape. Namely, your bodies. You weren't ready to live outside of the pods.
What? Is that what this cockpit was for?
You couldn't survive outside that environment. Your bodies needed conditioning to sustain your lives unaided. It was a very long process. We had to give you all the preparation time you needed.
So, are we done cooking in here? Can we get out yet?
Yes. The growth process
Meat needs to
has
stay in
finally
there
come
for
to
like
an
10 extra minutes of what it says.
So what happens to everyone else back in the city? I knew you would ask me about that. It's
Well-
part of why I didn't explain the details sooner, but they are not human. They only exist within the simulation. All 1.2 million people. Everyone who lived in those sectors. They were all AI. Created and managed by Universal Control.
So, you know, saving them was pointless, so, you know.
That's not going to be easy to accept. If it's any comfort to you, the professor saved all their data. They haven't been erased. They all still exist. Please, no more secrets. What was this whole interstellar development project for? Was all this stuff with the kaiju part of the plan? Testing us? Actually, it might have been because of the old me. The Ryoko Shinonome of 2188 tried to sabotage the plan. Maybe that's why the Daimos appeared.
She wanted to stop it.
She was sick of humanity. Sick of the despair.
I saw the logs from those who were there in the final days. And the end was truly horrific. So what can we expect from this new planet? I think we're due some basic information if we're going to live here.
It is approximately 1,200 light years from Earth, in the direction of the Virgo constellation. The planet is RS-13 Alpha. It has 2 moons. The time elapsed since departing the solar system is...
Okay, that's good for now. Any more of this crap in my head's gonna explode.
If you say so. In any case, this will be your new Earth. The satellite's about to enter the atmosphere. In a couple moments, you'll lose your connection to the command ship. But before that, please allow me to offer a word of apology. I believed this plan would be impossible. After all, some of you had never even piloted a Sentinel before. I thought I would just throw everything into the plan. That way I could at least end this with no regrets. But, against all odds, you pulled it off. No matter how far technology may come, it's humanity who always seems to make miracles come true. You've done well, children of mankind. Once you're out of your pods, I can't talk to you anymore. But I'll always be watching over you from my place in the sky. Don't ever forget that.
If you're watching this footage, from Earth, but even the closest candidate planet is 12 light years away. It may have been tens of thousands of years. No, it's likely an even more astronomical amount of time has passed. Unfortunately, by the time you watch this, humanity will have gone extinct. In the end, we couldn't save Earth from ruin. But you are our reincarnations, our successors. And you stand on an uncharted world full of new hope. Having reached 18 years of age, you'll now undergo a 2-year program of special training. This will give you some vital knowledge for daily life and future development. Once you're finished with that program, you can finally take your first steps into your new homeland. Hello, everyone. I am Tamao Kurabe. My specialty is AI, and that's what I'll be providing in this program. As I've been asked, I'll provide what explanation I can. We're transporting a massive cache of genetic information to the new world. There will be cloning and species restoration efforts for all kinds of flora and fauna, including humans. The 15 of you, however, will be direct descendants, generated from those who survived this ordeal. Together, you will rebuild the human race anew. However, while the flora and fauna can mostly be left to their own devices, we cannot say the same of you remaining humans. After all, what makes us human is the succession and evolution of our culture and knowledge. These you will inherit from us and cultivate. While you grow and gestate within your life pods, you will be dreaming and learning about life on Earth. Until at last, you reach 20 years of age. We may never know for sure if this will succeed, but if it does work, that would truly be a dream come true. If you are out there somewhere, if you can hear me, please, keep weaving the tapestry. Keep the history of humanity alive.
Those videos just now. So those were meant to play if everything went according to plan. I guess the idea was for us to step outside at 20 years old. It's so dark. The pod opened. Where is everyone?
Here. Stand up slowly. Your eyes will get used to the light outside in no time.
Yakushiji.
You're the last one awake, Jiro. Everyone's already outside. Come on. What's the matter? You look so surprised.
Just thinking. This must be the real you, Yakushiji.
Do I seem that different?
Now I can feel you next to me. I can feel your heart beating.
We can finally touch each other. With real hands. Real skin. So, it's all over. What do we do now?
Let's go join the others.
So, like, do they have clothes
This plan
or
was meant to
glasses
save the human race.
or...
We already...
We'll think about that later.
They stepped onto the planet of Ori and the Blind Forest, I see.
With less giant owls.
Yeah.
So, okay, you've been paying attention to the other chat.
Yes.
We're going to
But this isn't the other chat right now.
I know.
And that is a wrap.
There is stuff for the
Congratulations,
credits.
you saved humanity.
There is stuff for the credits.
All right. So I guess I'll start off with some of my stuff if there's not a whole lot in the credits right here, but like, I didn't really know what to expect heading into 13 Sentinels, because again, I was going in totally blind into this, but I would say, for the most part, I really enjoyed my time with this one. I think especially like, while all the paths may not be equal, the really good ones are like really good. I think the battle system is fun. Piecing it together over time was really interesting to me. Which we'll have a bonus stream where we just go over everything in the mystery files and the overall timeline so we can piece it all together. But I would say I do have a few problems. For one, I think is the credits already done? Or... Oh, okay.
Reboot complete. Universal control appears to be operating normally.
Things seem fine here as well. The terminal connected without any issues.
Sector 4 has come back online.
I knew you could do it, Ida-kun. After all that, I'm glad I gave you full control.
Tommy, I have to know. I assumed you'd hate me after everything. That you'd think me a monster.
I was alone after I shifted to the command ship, but in my darkest hour. Do you know whose ID I relied on?
Shu Amiguchi's.
Because, no matter what form he takes, there's one man I've always counted on. It's you, Ida-kun. It's always been you. Don't you know that by now?
All I ever wanted was to be with you. If it's possible, I'd like to join you. Wherever you are.
You'd come here? That would be great. But maybe it should wait until after all the sectors are back.
Is that all? I'll have it done in a heartbeat. You doubt me?
No doubts at all, Ida-kun. The man I fell in love with can do anything. The command ship is about to cross the horizon. It'll be goodbye. At least for another 14 hours.
Yes. But until we're cut off, could I hear you sing again?
Okay.
It's gonna
I'm
play
only
it in the
happy-
credits, yes!
I'm only happy for the Vocaloid, mind you.
Never thought I'd be back here. You really never cease to amaze me. So, how's life on the outside?
It's been 5 years since we exited the simulation. We now have 2 bases established above ground. Somehow, we've achieved some measure of stability.
The facilities are now operational. We're learning all kinds of new technologies.
Ryoko and I have a new project. We're looking into using the pods to recreate the people of this city.
We found research notes from Ryoko Shinonome, the genetic engineer. Now we know enough to manipulate genetic information. It's definitely possible. Don't you agree? Sounds familiar. From before the plan, right? I suppose she was working on something like that. So you want to use the pods to make AI into true humans? I don't know when we'll be ready, but even if it takes years, we want them to see
Probably
us
will.
on Earth.
A lot
Wanna make
of
him-
years.
You want to make homunculi.
Sounds like you're doing
Oh, hey, you finished the game.
Guess I won't need to step in and lead you after all. I've heard a lot about you, Professor.
To be fair, we're making repopulation a lot quicker.
Yeah, the more than 12 people, the 13 better.
Peer review.
Well, actually, no, is it 14 or
Professor
15
Morino.
that are like the total amount?
15.
Yeah.
Back here too?
Yes. Niera is
Oh, do you know about the bonus levels, I guess?
Oh, hold up.
We'll say later.
Ooh.
Please, wait. Allow us to accompany you. Let's go, Ryoko.
Yeah.
Pick up the professor, baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Ah!
He lives.
I joined 2 out of the 3 people in this scene.
Oh, Miwa-chan. I just saw Natsuno-chan, and she was a crying mess too. I'm just really glad to see you, Miwako. What do you mean? I really, really missed you. You're acting so strange, Usami-chan. Hey, Miwa-chan. Let's go out to eat. Any of your favorite places. Yeah, our treat. What? What's going on? Oh, Neji-kun.
Hey, Miwako. Long time no see. Whoa. Usami.
What?
This is how you used to look?
Why? Falling for me all over again?
Jeez. I forgot you used to be so... flat.
Oh my.
Man, am I lucky you filled out.
You're such an ass. You know, I didn't forget you calling me Dogface. Screw you, Captain Pompadour. Anyhow, I'm not coming home tonight. So you better finish up and go. You're watching the kids. Kids? Whoa.
We got a W, folks.
The biggest W!
Nothing.
I was fist pumping in my living room. Yes! Yes!
Where did A go? You know, he's never been great with this stuff.
I also like how you can totally tell how, like, Denji kind of chill / mellowed out 5 years later.
Yeah.
Are you two saying you both have boyfriends now?
More than boyfriends. we gotta repopulate somehow.
Well, there you go. All's well that ends well.
I mean, duh, man. I was inside your nano machines. Of course I'd be here. That's how I came out of the pod with you, too.
We'd never have come so far without you, Izumi-san. After all you did to get the new facilities up and running.
Hey, come on, man. Remember, I'm Kyuta Shiba here.
Got it. Shiba-kun.
Man, look at this, Juro.
One of your closest friends is yourself.
Like, look at the camera.
We basically forced a reset.
I mean, Juro is actually talking to a version of himself. So.
Juro, inconsistencies aren't a big deal. Universal Control can handle that stuff.
I guess so.
My data's all in this place now anyway. So you're gonna be on your own from now on.
I know.
Oh yeah, almost forgot. The one I got today is gonna blow your mind. What do you say? Movie night?
Of course.
Churro.
Megumi.
Wow. I guess I didn't realize how rugged you'd become in these last 5 years. You're so cute back here.
But you? You're as gorgeous as you always were.
Frickin' gross. Is that why you two came back here? To slobber all over each other?
Look, if you're gonna do the deed, I'm gonna get the fuck out right now.
Izumi-san!
I love how he turned into a cat out of spite.
Please. Do you really have to act like that now?
Ah, fine. Guess I'm just a third wheel here anyway.
Shiba-kun, you should come over to our house later.
I'll have a feast ready.
You know I love that cat food.
You'd better show up tonight.
The cutest scene that they have, which kind of made me go, all right, I'll buy into it, I guess.
Okay, I want to see
Good
how
for
this
them,
one
I
goes.
guess.
Oh, Kitaro. Hey, Nenji. I certainly remember that hairstyle. Best one there is. You waiting for Natsuno? Yes, we're supposed to meet up here. Yeah, I can see it. Gonna be wrapped around her little finger for life.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here
Oh.
we go!
Ogata! Been waiting for you.
Wajima.
Put him up, asshole. We're gonna settle this beef once and for all.
Wait a minute. Really? You've been waiting all this time? For me?
Yeah.
God damn it. This is the most incredible shit I've ever heard.
What the hell's your problem?
Wajima, dude. God, it's good to see you too, man.
I'm gonna punch your lights out.
Yeah, do it. Give me your best shot. Anything you want, man.
Hey, boss. I think he's crying.
Nenji is fight sexual.
You okay, man? You didn't eat something bad, did you?
This is why Nenji's the best.
I'm not gonna lie, that is probably the cutest scene in the whole thing. That's getting emotional seeing Wajima again.
Oh, you beautiful son! You beautiful son of a bitch! Come over here!
He was restored? With everything he had before the erasure?
And also, she's wearing a skirt.
It's BJ.
Of course.
And he's got all his data. The same data that we're still
I mean,
using
she spent a lot of the time in her track shorts.
We've only been able to return here thanks to you. We owe you so much.
I love you are the incredible ones.
Mira, how would you like to enter my nanomachines and go to the outside world?
You take me? Yeah, PJ. I've got room for you in my nanomachines too. Maybe. Let me think.
Now our
Wait, how would that
grandfather.
Well, for now.
Now
Wait, how would
our
that work for two people, though?
now our
Literally
grandfather.
turned BJ into Yui from SAO.
Now an old me can be my child.
I'm taking you home. It's about time you met my parents. They've got to meet my future husband.
What?
That's gonna be awkward to explain.
So yes, this is my. This...
Did you just get here?
Oh boy.
Konatsu was so fussy today. Took forever to get into the pod.
Cause Konatsu loves mommy so much.
She looks just like you, you know? Spitting image of you when we were kids. When I look at her, sometimes I feel like she's as much your kid as mine.
Well, I don't know if I had any hand in it.
Anyway, I heard the news. Gotta say, Keitaro needs to unclench a little.
I'm just trying to take this seriously. This is a chance to take responsibility.
You definitely take it more seriously than somebody I know. Okay, so, when's the big day?
Well, for today, I'm just taking him to see my folks.
Wow, meeting the in-laws? Man, now that takes me back. I wonder how your mom's doing. Let's go see her.
What about you, Kun?
What about that sleaze bag?
What about you, Kun?
Hey, you get ya!
Here you are. Amiguchi-kun.
Oh, come on. We came out all this way and you're still mad? Nothing even happened.
Did you seriously hit on Shinonome-san?
After all this shit about always being on the ladies' side, too.
No, it was just some leftover crap from Tetsuya Ida's memories.
I don't want to hear it. Konatsu's all I need.
Yeah, you're right.
Taking the child.
Now I've got a wife and daughter I'd give anything to see happy. I'd never find anyone better than you anyway. Not in this time, or any other.
Look, you can't smooth talk me. You don't get off that easy.
Baka!
I've been wanting to show you my place here.
Well,
Listen, Shu.
I'm going to
You got one heck of a woman. Don't waste it.
Look at this absolute unit here. You would give her up.
Go on, Yuki-chan. You should spend some time with him.
See, not to know's helping you.
fine.
Don't blow this.
Your child has to help out with your marital problems.
This
Ah, the old people.
See, it's been 40 years, but it's still the place we know.
Yes, this certainly brings back memories.
Sector 5 is almost restored too. When it's ready, we should take Keitaro back on a visit home. Just the three of us.
It makes me think, If we really
Grandma
came
has
this
to
far,
sleep
then just
inside
stay
her
here.
pod.
Build our future
But this
out
grandma
here,
woke
too.
up.
Hijiyama-kun. So this is why you left me behind? Sneaking off for a date? You must think you're a real playboy now.
Finally here, Okino. As usual, you're...
Oh my, how adorable! You're back in the Kiriko-chan dress.
What's the matter, Hijiyama-kun?
A dress isn't enough to get a rise out of me anymore. It's been 5 whole years, you know? I've come a long way.
You still don't get it? Come on, think about it. This is a virtual world. It's not just the clothes. I can be whatever I want here.
What? Wait, you don't mean...
Hey, check if you want.
Oh my.
What? You can't just tell me to...
What? Now, of all times, you lose that confidence?
I can be a broom.
You
Don't tempt me.
absolute cad. You know that's...
Okino would.
Ugh. What am I supposed to do?
My Takatoshi-san. You really do like Okino-kun, don't you?
I don't know about that.
We have made
Well, this
sweet
is a
love in the real world,
Takatoshi-san I'm
alright?
used to. A bit more dramatic these days, isn't he? Who might this be?
2 Tamao-sans?
Yeah. This is number 18.
So...
This is Grandma. Grandma be Grandma. Oh, Grandma. How you doing, Grandma?
So this is the grandma that got run over by a reindeer.
Walking home for her house on Christmas Eve.
It's a pleasure to meet
Only in 13 says they're like, hello, fellow me from another time loop.
Multiple times.
Let's go outside. You seriously brought her here? This gross, shady old shack? I knew you were a lost cause when it comes to dates, but this is just sad. Or were you gonna jump her?
You really are positively shameless, aren't you?
Ah, well, I suppose I'd better step in. Here, if you want to know where couples go, I'll show you around. Number 18, Tamao-san's all yours.
We'll be just fine.
Wait a minute, what's all this about couples?
Come on, let's go.
Why should I listen to you?
Stop being such a baby already.
I'm gonna give you all the yakisoba pounds you want.
It's also the only one they don't go yes/no on.
Even though that's the entire
Even
point
though
of their story.
they definitely are fucking.
It'd be my pleasure to explain.
It's like if the whole time's been 5 years, he still doesn't know if he still had to come to terms with the fact that he's bi.
Is it gay to share a Sentinel?
Sorry to keep
Oh yeah, we gotta close the book on this one too.
Ms. Morimura?
So, what is this about? I hope you have an explanation, Juro.
It's about a promise. I told you I'd rescue you. You still remember?
Yes. I remember.
I know it took a while, but I was hoping we could have a fresh start.
A fresh start?
Yeah. Didn't we make another promise? We said once the dust finally cleared, we'd talk. Right?
I remember that too.
There was one more thing. You probably don't remember this one, so I'll just say it again. I love you.
That I don't remember. But I remember being in love with you. I'd never forget that.
And there we go.
your problems with the game.
Okay, well, first let's get back to the dial screen and all that. Ending entry has been added to the event archives. Additional characters can
Oh,
now
you gotta
leave
look
the
at that too.
Event archives. You can now restart each protagonist from the beginning of the turn. The fourth destruction area has been unlocked. Save current progress. Yes.
Okay, so what the fourth destruction area is like essentially you just have if you like the battle mode of this game, have more of it. That's all it is.
Yep.
I hear you like the tower defense, but the tower defense game.
This is all on ED for that. That's all on ED.
Wait. What was the ring? I missed it. Oh!
That's all on ED for that one. Alright, so how many battles are in Area 4?
That's an ED question. Once I beat the game and watched like the extra scene that at the end of the timeline, I haven't gone back and done these at all.
Because here's the thing. If it is just enough, like, to do all in one stream, we can get the coveted 13 streams for 13 Sentinels, you know?
I check, it's 10 waves.
10 waves? Alright. We could probably chapter.
Oh my god.
Well, listen, but now we're finally at the part of 13 Sentinels that I've been waiting for. The part where we can finally talk about 13 Sentinels.
Okay, hold on. I want to see what are we missing in this? Because it says
just
99.
go to the very end.
To the very bottom.
The very bottom and read the description. Look at all the story.
So much story. Okay. Fueled by humanity's balance for survival, the probes repeat the cycle of life, creating infinite possibilities for the expanded universe. Okay.
Let's watch it.
Oh, it's a different event. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They decided, let's just sneak us a little bit something here. So this is our new Earth.
So we're going back to see what the original Earth looked like.
Not exactly.
It to you once you see it.
I repeat, we interrupt this program to bring you an important emergency broadcast. A large unidentified object has crash-landed in the city. It is headed north toward the future, destroying everything in its path. A state of emergency has been declared in Ashitala City. The neighboring 3 wards are advised to evacuate immediately.
You gotta be kidding. A kaiju? Minami, we gotta run.
What's happening to this place?
Okay, so literally what this ending is there for is the fact is like it's literally there just to let fans know if you have your personal take on how the story should have gone for this game, feel free to do it.
Essentially, I think the scene with Yuki and Chihiro said that she sent out like 100 probes. So there's literally like 1,000 other possibilities of how this could have gone in like another galaxy far away.
Yeah.
Oh, this. Also, now that you finished the game, they actually gave you. They
gave us the
specific,
20.
Yeah, the specific version of each protagonist.
All right, I like that. Yeah, one loop ago.
That is literally just an excuse for them to say, yeah, fanfic content, go for it.
All they use are canon.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's cute.
So it still says 99%. I'm trying to figure out what's the last thing.
I think that was just for you to watch the cutscene. So if you go back out.
No, it's still 99.
Huh?
Wait, what?
What?
That's how I'm getting very confused by. Like, it should be 100%. Like,
they're supposed to be 100%.
What, did we glitch? Yeah. Did we glitch or something, or?
It's literally that S rank is stopping you from getting 100.
But that's in destruction. It's 100. This is analysis.
All right, let me actually. You know what? Let me open up my copy of the game.
Something I can maybe Google this and figure out if there's something that blocks you from.
Oh, was there a bonus objective you didn't get?
Well, I think we got every. I think there was a cutscene that was labeled red.
Okay.
No, wait, go back to destruction.
Hold on. Okay, destruction.
Go back up.
Okay, I think I googled. Someone had the same problem.
Yeah, you didn't get all. You're missing 2 stars.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's essentially the 2 stars for the.
All right.
You have to get 100%. You got to get all the bonus objectives.
Okay, then we are going to just get this real fast on this.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But yeah, like the next area is only like 10. I'm wondering if we do a stream on just that. Like, good to do.
I know it's also a challenge run, so I don't know how hard it is. I know ED said it was a bit of a challenge.
I'd be down for doing that, because, like, honestly, that is gonna. 4th area is a lot more than 10. Oh, okay.
I want to talk about the game now. Let's.
Okay, the wiki lied to me.
Well, Mystery, how many is it then? Like, just what's the number?
Hang on, let me. Actually, I could just. I could just Google. Let me see if I can just YouTube it. Oh, wait.
How many we talking?
Oh, he's right. There's more than 10. Oh.
Is it all, like, how many more are we talking?
Hang on, just. There's.
I don't like that.
There's 120 waves.
Oh, we're not doing that for a stream. No. But I think I know what I'm doing with my spare time now.
Well, it's literally like if you really wanna. It's just there if you really wanna do that. If you really wanna hate yourself.
If you really want to.
More than 100. I'm reading that it could go up to 1,000 plus.
What are these, like random generated or something?
Probably. That's what I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah.
Again, this is just here. This is all just here for if you like this portion.
Well, I would figure it was just like a challenge run kind of thing. I didn't think it would be like an endless, endless mode. I was just thinking of like just super hard maps or anything like that.
I just want to know the person who's able to somehow reach the end of that, or just keeps going infinitely.
But Patrick, as you were saying earlier,
of like my thoughts on the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this is actually a really good example for what I'm good for. I think part of the complaints that I did have about the game overall, I'll show more of them when we're back on the main menu, but I would say definitely certain characters are not made equal, because I definitely think there were ones that were significantly better than other ones. Some of the unlock requirements are a little odd for ones. I think like Gota and the Natsume like walls are definitely some of my big examples on that, I would say. I'm trying to finish this up fast and talk about this at the same time. I would say, like, I do think the idea of, like, the branching plot is, cool, but, again, like, certain characters, it's really obvious they don't have much going on, and with, not to know, sorry.
You can just say it. You can just say the characters that don't have much going on.
Well, it's just, like, one's, like, honestly, like, I need the names in front of me, because, like, certain ones I can't remember off the top of my head, like, name-wise.
Eeyore
is, I mean, Eeyore is the obvious one, but, like, even I would put, like...
Hijiyama,
you know, kind of Megami, in a way.
Dang.
Oh god, I hate to say it, but, you know, hopefully that was enough to get S on the bonus objective on that. I don't know if that was fast enough. Because it had to be under
You
30.
also said the first half of Jiro's story?
Alright, was that enough?
Yeah!
Well, I need to check. This is the screen we gotta check. Yeah, okay, there we go. Mystery file, there we go! Alright!
Oh, there we go.
Final.
We did it, boys!
True mystery, final mystery
No,
file.
he got the D rank.
Yeah,
but
D rank.
Yeah.
I fucking blame you all on that
Analysis was also at like 99%.
Okay,
and we went back and we checked that Patrick did
It was literally a food item.
Literally a food.
That's kind of whack.
Well, if you want to learn more about Japanese cuisine.
Well, there you go. This was the event that was keeping us in, but let's see. What the fuck?
What?
What do we? No, wait, no. He had 2 stars that they had to get.
No, but I got both of them. I got both of them.
Yeah, he got both the bonus.
Anything like in here that I buy, or hold on?
No, the game said we got all the mystery files, so whatever we have left is a bonus objective.
Hey, hang on. What are you?
What bonus objective have you missed?
Yeah, I
go back to the structure. Hold on. Star.
Yeah. No. Go back up. You know, there's one star you're missing. In area 2. Is
area
2?
Oh.
I don't know how to
objective.
Okay.
I think a Sentinel got immobilized.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, now we're OP, so let's get that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Let's just grab that real quick. We'll talk more about just overall things once this gets wrapped up, just because then I'm able to concentrate a little bit more.
I think it's clear that the game that this is like the idea is to essentially like let's try a game with 13 protagonists with overarching stories, and it's clear that this is the first rodeo on that. Which for first rodeo, it's still pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's obvious you can see some of
I am excited that I'm going to finally be able to dive into any content on this game that I want now. I am free from spoiler hell.
It's also kind of interesting because with the stories they try to do different variants of anime genre.
Yeah.
Between them, like with
anime genre and also sci-fi. It also
sci-fi.
Different sci-fi stuff.
Like I think I actually bookmarked the inspirations for these if I can find it.
Like the immediate one that comes to my head is Megami, because Megami stories is sci-fi take on magical.
Oh, magical girl, yeah.
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 Neji's is a Groundhog Day loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Athletic girl, I'm blanking on her name right
Not
now.
Not to know.
Not to know.
E.T.
Yeah.
Not to know is E.T.
Though apparently a lot, like you expect some of these to be modern time. Apparently a lot of these are based on like stuff from the 90s and whatnot. Probably because
ideas originated.
Well, it was around it was like between like the 70s and the 90s where the sci-fi genre novels really got like a big boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because a whole bunch of new writers were coming in. Were coming in. So that's why. So it was around that time that we got like the you can say like the golden era of sci-fi.
My favorite apparently inspiration is that the fireworks for the blast were apparently based off a PlayStation 2 puzzle game that involved fireworks. Some Fantavision. It's like, okay, that's something. Yeah.
You can find some spoiler content for this game. So far, I've only seen like one artist.
I could honestly probably make another tier list because I have a tier list for characters.
I will say,
based on their character stories.
What I did a little different was, I'll show it after this, but I already actually made my tier list that I'll show off once we're done with this mission. I didn't want to do an entire thing like Danganronpa where I, went for, because some of them I just don't have as much to say as on others. I'll just kind of chill, because I think I've said most of what I wanted to say about these guys, at this point, so...
Because in my character tier list, Yuki, I know I have placed in high A, but if I made a separate story tier list, she would immediately jump up to S.
Yeah!
And I think the character that would come down for S in the story tier list is Tomi. I think Tomi's character is stronger than her story.
Essentially, the character is still strong enough to stay on S though.
Canned cat food was our final one. There we go.
There you go. 100% across the board.
This is what Fluffy has done to us.
Now do the wait for it.
God.
He hid the cat food from us.
All right, so I'll boot up that image real fast just to show it off. There's DGS. Hello.
I think my tier list, I would probably put you a bit higher and Takatoshi lower.
Where is tier list goes? Is it in my downloads folder?
It died. It's probably in downloads.
I did push you high on my list. I think I like both Shu's character and the story.
Okay, it's a little small there, but I'll put it also in our Discord as well. If my pictures would let me load it faster, please.
On the story tier list, I think Iori will probably move up if you count all the Morimoras together.
God.
Oops, it's all Morimoras.
Oops, I dropped all my Morimoras.
Yeah, you count all the Morimoras together, the Iori story actually does jump up a bit just because of how involved Morimura is.
Yeah, so I ranked the ones that I felt like I could rank, kind of deal. So my S tiers are Ogata, Yuki and Tomi are definitely my tops. A is mostly of I really, really enjoyed the series, but S was I love them. B is good. C's are okay, and then D's are just not terrible, but just they're there. Who kind of deal.
You really put the baby next to Iori.
Same thing. The same thing.
Man, we have Ryoko listed in entirely different categories.
Really? Okay. Interesting on that.
I surprisingly liked Takatoshi more than you guys. I mean, at the very least, I found his story entertaining.
Well, with Takatoshi, I think my biggest problem was just that he very clearly had, it was his stuff with Ogata, and, I feel like it should have been more Ogata's, story than Hijiyaba's, because I still feel like I really know that much out of Hijiyama other than, proud soldier, and he really likes yakisoba.
He doesn't understand that he's bi.
He literally has that issue, you attach a food to a character, no one will shut the fuck up about that.
Yeah. At least I know a lot more of Kitaro, than, Hamburger.
Actually, yeah, you know what, if I redo my tier list, I would probably switch Miura and Takatoshi. Because Miura is indeed a really good boy.
Miura's higher up than that, I appreciate that.
Alright, but I would say now that I can, talk and, get my fingers up, that I definitely had a lot of fun. The certain characters that I was really jiving with, I was, in on their stories, and Really was enjoying them, and I do like the battle system as well. However, I definitely got some complaints with this structure, and my absolute biggest one is this screen right here. Because honestly, I think Mystery Files is kind of a big mess in here, because go back in this playthrough, count the amount of times I went to this screen when they were throwing out character names and stuff like that and trying to keep track of what was going on, and they either didn't update the information or the character flat out wasn't here until way, way later on. And honestly, because of how you had to swap characters all the time, that made it incredibly frustrating to try and follow things. And I think I would have been able to get more out of the story right off immediately if this actually updated way more properly. Because, God, trying to follow the story was honestly a lot more frustrating because this didn't update correctly throughout. When, like, characters were name dropped and stuff like that, this would never update whatsoever. You know.
I feel like it would also work better if there were like categories for the mystery files.
Yes.
Like characters,
categories
objects. I feel like sort of categories, like characters, objects, actually like less vague ideas.
I think after you complete a section of a story, it does state what mystery file has been unlocked and what's been updated.
But that's the problem.
It doesn't have a good indicator on that.
Like, the problem is every time I went into here to try and get information, it didn't give me it. Like, you know, when just to follow along with some of the name drops and stuff like that. Like, I don't think Ida was in here for a long time until he got
I think it's because Ida's file is specifically locked out of Ryoko's since he plays a big part in that.
But yeah, this was definitely my biggest complaint about the game is goddamn mystery files, because this made it 10 times more confusing to try and follow along. And with a game that's already a very confusing story to begin with, you know, as you're going through it, this just kind of made it worse for me, honestly. Like, at least over here, you know, like, it was a little confusing at first, but thankfully they give you this timeline so you can actually, like, properly follow it, and that made it make a lot more sense, with that. I'm trying to get to the all events. There we go. Yeah, like,
the timeline is so much more useful than the actual mystery file. That's why whenever I need to go back and remember something, I went more so to the timeline than to the mystery file. Because I better remember the scene I heard it in.
Yeah, I
actual
remember
thing that they're talking about itself.
Yeah. Again, I feel like these are to, like, fill you in if, like, you know, my biggest problem, again, was, like, whenever stuff would get name dropped and they throw a lot of terms at you in this game. I really wish that this was updated more correctly so you could actually follow along, but since it takes so long for these files to get updated, like, that made it so much more annoying to follow through the first time. Kind of deal.
Alright.
It is also kind of bloated because it's also even just a bunch of stuff like the missiles you use and like the moves itself that are really that useful.
Like,
it is pretty bloated.
Yeah. The other major complaint that I have, you know, certain characters were just okay, but like the unlock requirements were very weird for some of them. But that didn't bother me too much, except for a few instances, like Goda. Like, why was his, like, if the weird unlock with his area battle? Because, like, there's absolutely nothing that correlates with that. It correlates more with Hijiyama's than Goda's, so I don't understand.
Because some of the unlock requirements are there specifically to force the player to advance into other parts of the game.
But my thing was just, like, just put that on.
I think, like, for example, for Goda, I think that Area 3 unlock requirement is just there. Like, outside of that, like, out of the one scene, I think it is just there so that to make the player play through at least half of Area 3.
I guess my thing was just more put that on Hijiyama then instead of Gona, because his was actually related to that, you know. Gona's had absolutely nothing to do with that part of battle, you know, then, so...
It's mostly much farther to the later half since Gojo was the one to pretty much tell Baby Chihiro, like, hey, get a Miyuki Inaba on the line, but that's much farther into the third wave.
And then with battle, like I stated it multiple times, but like this battle mode, it runs way too much into, it is so easy to break this mode in half. You saw it multiple times.
Oh yeah.
You saw it multiple times throughout here, but as soon as you get interceptors and, you know, sentries, you won. There's nothing the game can do at that point to fight back.
Even on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, even on the hardest difficulty, like, I barely, like, had any sort of problem throughout there. The only mission that had any kind that I feel like you actually had to plan for was the seaside vacation one. Because you actually had to kind of keep progressing up to there, because so many of the missions are just defend the base. You know, and that is so easy to break in half. If more of the missions were structured by that seaside vacation, I think that would do better, because the sentry and interceptor strat doesn't work on that one.
Also, I would argue, what's it called? The wave 3 boss. That is one where like the interceptor strat won't work. Also because the boss has its own flare trophy, which actually like negate the interceptors. So you will have to do something else besides just spam them.
Yeah, that's my problem, especially like when playing Fire Emblem really emphasizes this at the same time, but like this game's really lacking in map objectives, because it's the same one every time, and you can just turtle your way through the entire game. No problem.
There's not much actual strategy involved. Just like do things on the fly. Basically.
Yeah, which like look at all the options for the Sentinels here that we never had to use at all, and unfortunately, you kind of run into like Metal Blade syndrome, where you know you really just need 2 and 4 and like one first one. The 3rd generation Sentinels are honestly like super low powered compared to everyone else, you know.
Tell me Mira got done dirty.
Because the 3rd generation Sentinels are the EMP long range people, but you also but even they're way more useful for like useful for the EMP, the long range, just because if you rely on the Sentinel and Pikmin strategy, then the long range capabilities don't matter that much.
And even then, with the EMP, you know, you have the meta system where you have the special, which is honestly better than their EMP. So
yeah.
Okay, so I think like in retrospect, I think one of my biggest issues with this game, as far as like actually playing it, I think because you had 13 stories to go through. You could spend so much time with the story, and then spend 20 minutes in battle, and then go back to spending 2 hours in story.
Yeah, like
so.
I think that was kind of the problem, because like I did dig the mechanics of destruction mode, but the problem is that because it's so easy to break, that it kind of just makes destruction feel a lot more pointless. Because you can just steamroll through it, no problem. It's the chain of memories problem, you know, kind of deal.
Dang.
Like it really is, unfortunately.
Also, this is more nitpicky, but can you go back into destruction?
Yeah.
I think like go to like the character thing.
Yeah.
The character thing specifically. Did anyone else like for this the characters? Did anyone else think like this UI took a bit to actually like adjust and understand?
Yeah. Especially because the whole upgrade system is not really explained that well, I think, in this, because I don't think I would have as much of an understanding of it.
And also, I'm not sure if you could go to the Sentinel upgrade. Also the Sentinel upgrade. Oh wait, no, I mean like this. I don't know why this feels so hidden.
Yeah, like
because like you found this out like literally like I remember Jason found this out like a few waves before the end.
And like,
I think now with watching Patrick, the game does tell you about it. I just missed it.
Yeah, I remember I missed it too. And like what's it called? The actual like icon for when it's actually unlockable is like so tiny as well. It's hard to notice. And also, I still have a hard time go back to Sentinel upgrade.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time understanding what all. I still took a bit to understand what all these stats do.
Yeah, like again, honestly, like the only ones that actually would feel like they mean anything are generator and armor, because like the speed and stuff like that hardly matters. Like for so many of these, again, because you're going to be turtling for most of the game. They're all like, I mean, okay, but like again, you can just do the go back to beginning and just do that strat for
Return to Monkey.
Return to Monkey.
Come on, Monkey.
And also the fourth area, but there's no like cutscenes. It's just battle waves.
Yeah, like I think that's the biggest problem. Is like you're supposed to like have the bigger story stuff happen, you know, here because it's the big final battle in this thing. But like honestly, they kind of don't really use a lot of their cutscenes that well in this mode, honestly, because you don't get much like information that you don't get in Remembrance.
Okay, so there is one character I did want to talk to you about because you ranked her higher than I did, and that is Ryoko.
Okay,
oh
alright.
boy.
Because like in the grand scheme of things, I guess my taste compared to like the what I've seen on Twitter, I honestly think overall I don't like Ryoko as much as other people do. I think my biggest issue with Ryoko is the fact that that I wish she was more antagonistic than she actually was in the story.
I mean, to be fair, like that's more of I think her older self is the really antagonistic one, you know, because
it's not like she abandoned Natsuno in the third sector.
Yeah, but Sophie, here's the thing. That's like the most antagonistic thing she does, and I wanted more of that. I wanted more. I wanted more.
No, I think I get what he's getting at, though.
I really wanted more. I really want more. Broken, damaged girl with a gun is actually dangerous and really smart, and if you get her away, she will mess you up, like she did with Natsuno, when she shot her, took the robot, and left her in the future.
So I think you mean like you'd want like one of the stories to be like one they're actually like a lot more antagonistic than all the rest.
I definitely see what you mean, because I thought that was what Godo's story was initially going to be, because he definitely is very antagonistic to you for a large portion of the game, I would say. So
yeah.
He's just Edgeworth.
And also, I guess initially I did feel sorry for Ryoko when you find out about her situation, but that did kind of eventually fell away, and I thought her ending was weak to me.
I think the fact that we did the Ryoko all in one run might be one of the differences compared to like our playthroughs might be one of the things going on for that. Of our opinions are different on that, I would say.
Yeah, because I did Ryoko in 2 shots, I think, in mine. I did Ryoko, then the game locked me out, and then I went back and finished Ryoko. But like,
I've kind of got my thing. So if there's anything you guys want to throw into the pot for third.
Okay, so another thing that I wish they would have. Okay, so there was just certain interactions that I wish we would have actually gotten in this game, like. And I'm talking about like, oh, I wish this character talked to this character. I mean, like, give me an example. I really wish there was an ending where Tomi and Megumi actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
Cause I have a feeling that Tomi talked to Megumi. I think a lot of the issues she was going through would have probably worked out better.
I forgot they were friends actually until you brought that up.
Yeah, because like your introduction to these two is the fact that they're friends and they're friends, they know each other.
Right? They're both in the same time period, right?
Yeah, and then but then when like the respective story starts, they have nothing to do. They have nothing to do with each other. Like there are instances where Tomi is clearly concerned for Megumi, but she doesn't really act on it.
Like so the only thing you get is the apology in the tutorial battle. That's only right at the beginning of the game where you have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Jiro X Megumi thing that this game has going on It's like
it says something when like that final interaction for those two. It feels like it's like the closest thing they actually have to relationship, and it kind of says something more that the first loop one feels more Juro's first loop relationship feels more developed than that one.
Well, I think for me, it's not the fact that I wish we knew the Izumi she fell in love with more, but it's also, I think the fact is I got confused regarding the 2188 versions of themselves, because it's implied that they had more of a father-daughter relationship, and I'm like,
I have to yell at Jason. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
I think that's what we kept yelling.
I see it. I just went, I
wouldn't.
Considering I'm already still like creeped out with like the android Tomi and Ida stuff. It's still like, ugh.
That's still very weird. Yeah, that's still pretty weird.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't think much of it if the story didn't already make such a big deal between Yuki and Natsuno's relationship.
Yeah.
In 2188. So I'm like, so what are you trying to get me with Jiro and Megumi?
Yeah.
Like, they're totally different people, but at the same time, what? So is Yuki and Natsuno. Yeah.
It's clearly all that. My biggest issue with like the relationship that these two have, I wish there was more hints on Jiro's side of how he feels about Megumi.
Yeah, because like you really don't get much of that in Jiro's story. It's all basically from Megumi's side. Which makes it feel like a very one-sided relationship,
Yeah.
I seriously feel like
at the end, I think I like you at the end, and that's just how it goes. And I guess we start dating.
I certainly prefer the stories that you unlocked later than the stories that you start out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like straight up, Ninji, I think honestly has my favorite story in this whole game.
Oh, I agree. I agree. That's why he's like my number one.
Yeah.
He has the best story is out of all.
And it has something that we should do with the whole story. Yeah, it's simple and like I'm not sure how much it like actually like affects the rest of the story.
Well, I think like because kind of with 13 Sentinels, we're gonna be doing that stream when we go through the entire plot. But I definitely think the stories that focused more on like individual characters are definitely the ones I felt were the stronger ones because the characters are developed more, and as such, I think theirs are a lot more interesting. So, like, kind of people in Nenji's circle were ones that I felt like just kind of worked more.
Also, like, for, like, Nenji's story, it's like a mystery that's open and closed within that singular story as well. Of just what's going on with it. You get the question of the story, you get the answer in the story.
He feels like one of the more first characters I think that they worked on for this game. Because of that, I feel.
I think I can see that, yeah.
I think there's an entry regarding that. Let me check.
All that being said, a thing that this game does that I really, really love is how, like, a playthrough of this game can be entirely different from person to person because one person can figure out get a clue to the mystery way earlier or later than someone else.
Yeah.
There are some stuff in this game that Patrick got before I did, and there are other stuff in this game that I got earlier before Patrick did.
Like, I definitely remember, like, oh, no, I do not.
It's a good novelty.
Like, I definitely caught on to, like, there is, like, a simulated world shit going on really early on. Kind of deal.
Catch on to that until later, by the later half. It's like the later half.
I just figured at some point in the game it's like, listen, this side they're checking off all the boxes. Yeah. Okay, that's one
for me. For me, it took way longer to realize who 426 actually is.
I think because of our past,
which by the time we reach Ryoko's store, it's like, who the heck is 426? It's Joey's.
Like, one of my favorite eyebrow-raising moments that this game made me do was when you got around the Shu story, and you get to see that interaction with Shu and Jiro from Shu's perspective, and she was not there. And the entire time I'm just going, how come she was not there? How come she was not there? And then it comes to my head that, can no one else see Shiba? And I just went, I really want to go back to Juros now. I really want to go back to Juros.
Admittedly, I
like
think
for
that
me-
didn't. I think that didn't click because again,
That didn't happen for me
well,
either.
no, because again, the mystery files did not list Shu like basically really at all. Not Shu, Shiva. So for a while, I was kind of thinking Shu and Shiva were the same character. That's why I was getting really confused.
I think Shiva's file can only be unlocked through a mystery file. That's
Which is
through
fucking
mystery
dumb!
No,
Yeah,
that's actually dumb.
yeah.
No, that's actually dumb.
I think
I was gonna say,
mystery points should be used for more like extra content than
the
story
stuff that
stuff.
you don't actually need or like
Yeah.
to follow.
But,
And also,
that's
also
more
real quick.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you want to go first?
That was just more on me of just remembering certain things in this game better. Because the adventures that I had over you, Patrick, the fact that I didn't play this one day out of the week at a time.
Yeah, you marathon it like a week and a half.
Yeah, I marathoned this game, so my memories of certain events were fresher than yours. So that's why issue story I was able to pick up the fact that Shiba wasn't there. Shiba was fresher in my head than he was for you.
And like the interesting, real quick thing with that, Jace, because for me, because when I was playing the game, I already got that twist. So when I got to that section, which like in Shu's story, I was like, oh, okay, he's not there because this thing I already know. So that's interesting.
Mystery, I didn't pick up that it wasn't actually time travel until it was just flat out said in Kitaro's story. It's not actually time travel, like kind of deal.
Another event that dropped in this game that made me go, oh snap! They just throwing everything. It was not so that we're just like you're the alien, not so that I just went what? Hang on! Are you telling me we also wait, we're the aliens? Are you telling me we got robots, humans, and aliens?
And this is where it began that stupid joke that you're
The Terminator scene with the robot girls, not gonna lie, was pretty oh snap.
Oh, that was a great scene on that one.
What if you want to have adventures with your robot buddy, but then Terminators?
I do a fact that they were trying to achieve in the story of this game where finding out one mystery would get you more interested to go back and check out another character. I do think overall they did achieve that, because there were plenty of times where I went through one character's story, got locked down, switched to another, found out information, and that made me go, oh, so that's why that thing happened over in that story. I need to go back over to that story and keep track of that now.
I think one of the cleverly made locks for this game was actually you can't progress through destruction unless you clear Miura's prologue, because Miura's prologue just introduced an entirely new the entirety of the 2188 plotline, and you're like, wait, I thought this dude was from the past. Hold up.
Yeah.
I think another one of my favorite unlocks. Is this an unlock you have to tell me about? Because it's not how I unlocked it. You can unlock Yuki when you find out that she's Natsuno's mother, and the kid goes, "You can now play as Yuki."
Yeah, because
you can just go into Yuki's story with that knowledge already in hand.
Because that's the funny thing. It's like we unlocked. I think it was Yuki. It was Yuki and Gunta. We unlocked like super early, like kind of deal.
I think that's just because my playthrough we didn't go through Yori's as much until the end game, which also kind of makes her story suffer more if you play her late.
Her story sucks.
Her story does suck. It's just
oh boy, what I do?
Calm down, it's just a girl.
Yeah, like
the boy speaking human.
But yeah, like the general setup of the game I do like. However, I think if the team were to attempt this style again, I think like cut the amount of protagonists in like half. You know?
Yeah.
I think that helped.
I actually brought up the interview. Apparently, the idea it was originally supposed to be 7 to 8, but they decided to make it 13 because the game was developed in 2013. All inside joke.
Is that the reason?
Apparently.
Are you kidding?
It's like ooh, a challenge. Let's do it.
Develop it in 2013. It will only take 7 years to come out.
Now, here's a question for the board. who's the cat of 13 Sentinels?
Like, what do you mean? Are you trying to make us talk about Iori again?
No.
Right here.
To give one positive to Iori,
What do you mean?
Oh, get your ass back here! At the very least, I liked the idea of the girl that the girl falls in love with the assassin sent to kill her in another timeline. I just wish they developed it better.
Yeah, because again, like it's definitely one of the you know, weaker relationships of the game. Again, like it makes kind of more sense now knowing the end, but still, I feel like too many relationships in this game are all focused on love, which you know.
Yeah,
like a romantic love, you know.
Like literally every character in this game has to pair up with another one, and like it feels forced sometimes.
I feel like if they did it more like with Miura and Natsu's relationship, it's like yeah they seem to have a thing for each other, but they're not the focus of their story. Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
But like you can tell they're just like okay, we need to make all these characters date another. You can tell that
we must make all the ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Goto Ryoka is just like, yeah, we're just vibing.
Yeah.
Everybody's having love life. We're dealing with actual trauma.
Yeah.
Good, but okay. I really did like the setup for a story.
Oh yeah.
I also think he has. Ironically, one of the funnier moments in this game when you see his 2188 self. He just blows up part of the colony. He's just had to get the job done. The whole place of putting emphasize the fact that, the fact that, man, humanity really sucked back then, but also at the same time, man, he really. Only 13 of us left. Trying to blow up part of this. Well,
now there will be 12 of us.
I mean, the fun with Sekigahara is you meet this character early on, and then once you finally play with him, he has the amnesia, and he's just trying to like, okay, what am I? And so the whole point of the story is identified like, it's like, do you really want to remember if you're a bad person or whatnot? Which kind of makes me wish that they developed Iori and A's relationship.
No, right?
Because that would actually straighten his resolve. It's like, oh, there's a person that actually cares about me. I should keep going. He actually likes the old me.
Because I crashed, I don't know if you talked about it, but specifically the part that made me I think that this is the only part of this whole game that actually made me mad. Iori on the bike doesn't even know this man's name yet, and she just goes, "I love you." Yeah, I just threw my hands on the air and just go, "No, you don't."
Again, a lot of the relationships in this game are really forced. Like, I get it because they gotta repopulate and shit, but like,
yeah, that's the weird thing.
I would say I put Megami a bit over Iori just because that's kind of the point of her story. It's like she's so obsessed with this one relationship that it kind of like, oh, you did a bad thing, oopsies, which I wish was better.
Reason.
Yeah. Like I think that her ending bit kind of salvaged her story because most of the story was like, okay, what are your aim? Are you making is it supposed to be malicious? Is it supposed to be, oh, she loves her, that's so romantic? Like I was trying to figure out what was the point of her story, and it's only till the end like, okay, so it's not like be careful what you wish for kind of deal.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most entertaining part of Megami's story was the cat, just the shit-eating cat.
I mean, it's a great of like getting me interested in what the hell's going on in her story kind of deal. I'll give it that.
And then the most Bible-y thing you find out is that the cat and sheep are the same person. What? I was a little bit confused as to why so many people could see the cat. I was confused about that until like Sophie ED explained it to me and to go, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Nano machine, son.
Yeah, nano machine.
Yeah, I think Joe's a good balance of starts off boring, but then gets really interesting once you reach 50%.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that the game lampshades its game mechanics, it's like, oh no, we actually explain it in story.
Yeah, I would definitely say some of the most fun ones I would say were Juro's was a really fun one for that. I would say Natsuno's and Kiyo's, I think, were like the most interesting lore ones, I would say, for me. Kind of deal. Then Nenji's was, I think, overall the most solid one, you know, out of everybody. Toby's was great on the character interaction stuff. You know, Shoes was another good lore one, and then Yuki, Yuki just kind of appeals to all the stuff that I like in a female character kind of deal, so she naturally was a favorite of mine for how kind of deal.
I mean, not gonna lie, her confronting Tamausa on the bridge was pretty hot.
Have you guys noticed that I have a thing for the Japanese delinquent like archetype of protag? I really like this character type.
I did think another scene that was funny was the fact that like in battle, at the end of battle, Yuki was checking on Yori to see if she was okay, and Yori just had like this awakening. She said Yori had like something inside Yori was awakened. She had to go, no, I like A.
You gotta force the hetero ship, damn it.
Repopulate!
It's an 8 reason why it's all hetero.
But Yori had like her own bio awakening.
And Takuto's like, yo, you too? Bro, bye, buddies.
I was gonna say goodbye to your friend.
I think that's another thing, I guess going back to the complaint side of this game, I think out of all the relationships that they were pushing for this game, that was the one that I wish they would have pushed more at the end.
Was Yori Yuki?
No,
Okino and Taka. Yeah, they never really state that they're together or not. They just gotta assume.
Which is weird considering how much of the story revolves around them for that plotline.
And they don't even confirm it at the end.
And they already confirmed in 2188 that they were already a thing. So like,
and that's like the only one that's like one of the only ones at the ending that isn't confirmed.
Just say that they're gay vanillaware. Like, I know that there was apparently a bunch of cut content story-wise with this game, and it apparently involves a lot of slice of life stuff, which could explain certain relationships. I'm not gonna point them out again because it's tiring right now. Goto. You.
But,
lore.
Like it.
Yeah. Goto is a very weird one to talk about.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to say for like general opinions? Because I definitely was, I think, overall in the camp of I definitely enjoyed my time. I wouldn't say it's like in like my top tier visual novels or anything like that, but like I definitely enjoyed my time. You know. Kind of deal.
I would give. Yeah.
It's easy to binge through. I think that's what else. It's easy to just go through and just see that progress bar go up as you continue.
As far as like visual novel stuff that I play, I would definitely say this is a solid B or B plus.
Yeah, I would say a B is probably like a good, like a rating. Yeah. I would say.
And if they wanted to do like another game in this style, I would have no objections to it.
Oh yeah, I definitely think just trim down on the amount of characters and balance out battle mode a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
Find the combat a lot more.
I'm at least glad that this game is getting a lot more recognition now because apparently it was kind of bombing a bit in Japan that apparently other developers had to literally like, hey guys, this game exists, please play it. Vanillaware put a lot of effort into this.
Did it do better in the West compared to Japan?
Yeah, apparently.
I think it's now over like 800,000 copies now at this point.
Yeah, I think the Nico B Let's Play really helped this game get out.
I think all that, and then you know, even though it didn't win, I think the Game Awards nomination definitely helped as well, because it was definitely the outlier in that group kind of deal, and I think that got a lot of people like, oh, what's this? Because like, if a game like this got nominated for it, you know, it was like, it probably means the story's really good. So.
Wait, hang on, Patrick, what you say just broke my brain. Are you trying to? Hang on, you just threw a lot of information at me right now. The Game Awards helped.
Yeah.
No, but also, did this game go down in price? Because like I got
It goes
going
on
on
sale.
discount.
Yeah, it goes on sale quite a few times. Like when
Yeah.
Sony has
I
their.
have not seen this game go for 60. I
like-
feel like if it was at 60 originally, that would probably explain why.
Like
it's doing better
I
now.
bought it for about I think 20 or 30, which I feel like is about a good price for.
It also
Yeah,
doesn't
for
help
30
that
bucks.
it was one, a PlayStation 4 exclusive near its end of the cycle,
I-
and two, Sony didn't advertise
Well,
this game a
yeah.
lot.
Well, that's not to say like if it was just for the PS4 it wouldn't do well, because I mean games on the P are doing. But I think it's also like this game came out around the time that the PS5 hype was happening.
Yeah.
As well.
I kind of said it a few times, but I think once this game is kind of unshackled from the PS4 and like. Especially when this game gets on the Steam kind of deal, like, yeah, I think it will definitely blow up a lot more if it gets on the Steam, because...
Yeah, I think there's a larger audience for this kind of game on Steam.
Yeah.
Especially because it will help the goddamn frame rate, 'cause holy shit.
Yeah, God, the frame rate. You're using standard PS4 as well, right?
I'm using a standard PS4, yeah.
Even on PS4 Pro, the frame rate chugged a bunch at those instances.
PS5 Club, let's go!
Yeah, you're early to the bird worm. I'd shut up.
Yeah. This game is very fun for reactions.
Number one victory.
No.
We're not doing that again. You've already done it once.
Like, it's kind of
one of the
interesting
funnier
because...
moments in this game. This is just one of the funniest ones you think about. 2188 viewer. Man, I'm fascinated with the Pacific War. I would love to live in that time period. I said no. And I'm gonna live in 1985.
No, but realistically, why would you want to live in a wartime? Why would you want to live in a wartime?
Hey, 2188's not gonna remember. That's future mirrors.
Why would you fuck yourself over that hard, though, you know?
Yeah. I think in my standpoint, for me, it's the fact that these two clearly in a relationship. We're separate from each other in the new world.
It's like later on, the climate crisis seems fun. I want to go to when it causes shit.
It's like National TV. Are you trying to say in the most backwards way possible, like you want to break up?
I want to live in the year of 2020. Like,
2020 seems like it is. I want to live there.
The fact that the mom actually placed herself in the time period of her daughter, just in case. Maybe that's the real reason Miura switched to Sector 5. He didn't want to deal with the mom.
Don't want to deal with the in-laws again.
Yeah. Fun game.
Reggie said to those, play it? Unless you watch this whole stream?
Yeah, then I think you see most of the game at this point.
It is a pretty,
if you still want to support the developer, you should buy it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. However, we have one more stream, and that's going to be the bonus one for next week, where now that we have all the information, we're going to be going from the beginning and breaking this story down so we have everything figured out at that point. Or
It won't be 13, it'll be 12.
I hate it so much. One more.
You fool!
I'm so close to the magic number, and just no, it's not gonna happen.
No.
Let's see, who do I got on my end? We can go raid Linky. What was the raid hashtag we had earlier?
Nostalgia or something?
Oh yeah! Oh, I am nostalgia. I think it was.
Hashtag I am. Okay, I'm reading the interview. I love how there's apparently they end the interview saying that they would like to use 13 Sentinels assets to make a different kind of game between either a PS1 horror adventure like game or a cat life simulator.
Wait, what was the first one?
Like a PS1 horror adventure like game.
You're using the assets of this game?
Yeah, like the type of
I'd be down for that one, Ozzy. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
But the cat life simulator.
A game using like this, using like the art style this game has, like for like a horror thing, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, if the robot thing is, fine, then if they were able to do that robot scene, I think they could pull off horror pretty well.
Some sci-fi horror, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll
All
do
right.
that.
So anyway, we're gonna rate Linky. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week for our bonus stream. Adios.